In this video, I'm not going to teach you strategy. I'm not going to teach you the magic trick. But what instead I'm going to teach you is to learn the stories being told by the market time and time and time again. There is no magic trade. There is no magic setup or strategy in the market. So I want to be that other guru on the internet trying to sell you something or to sell you into an idea. What will instead help you to become the future trader that you want, the profitable trader, is to learn the movements of the market. Some call it price action, but I like to call it the story that the market has presented to you. And I won't waste more of your time. If you're looking for a strategy or the magic sauce, well, I hate to burst your bubble, but you won't find it in this video. But if you are sincere and are ready to work on your trading and want to improve, stick around. As New York traders, we have Asia session and London session having already traded. If you learn the secret that these two sessions have, you get to unlock this unfair advantage that will help you as New York traders to trade and make the easy money during these sessions. So, once I come to the charts, I want to see what did Asia do? What did London do? And where are we so that I may get a game plan of how I'll trade the New York session. Nice. On this illustration, I've marked Asia. Asia consolidates. How do you identify this consolidation? It will often be still around the levels that were established yesterday as you are closing for the New York session. Nice. So once we know that Asia has consolidated, we are now interested in what London does next. Zooming in, London might knock one of the levels and explode in either direction, either up or down. In this case, I've illustrated whereby London has dropped. How do you identify that London has exploded in any direction? Because you have significantly broken out of Asia's range. So, after that, do we close around this range or do we start pulling back before the New York session, which I call the gap, London-New York session gap? So in this gap, we realize price options back inside. And now here's the game plan. Very simple. If Asia consolidates, London explodes, then we come back inside. We are looking for the significant area, which is closing price or the area of breakout. But I love to take my trades from the closing price. So once we pull back to this closing price, what's my game plan? My game plan is I wait for price action to look right and I take the sell. Or rather, I take the trade in direction to what London exploded. The direction to which London exploded. I hope this is clear, but don't worry because I have 4 examples for you. Stick around and I'll make sure by the end of this video, you'll be able to identify this setup, this story, the market that tells by your own self. So at this moment, I'll ask you to like this video and subscribe. Let's dive into the first illustration. And if you want to follow through with the examples, it is the 27th of December 2024. The first thing while I open my charts is to get the closing price. The closing price is an important level because it's the last price before the day ended. So after getting the closing price, I want to see what is Asia doing. We can see that Asia has consolidated around the opening bar since we opened in such a big bar. Zooming in, it is clear that price is in a consolidation. We can see that price consolidated nicely and we tested the extreme. You can see that test. It has triggered in breakout traders thinking that now we are going to go all the way up. And also it has collected all the stops that were lying before we closed yesterday. So price dropped. And what do we like more? Price dropped even way below the opening bar, the low of the opening bar. So London broke out towards down. After that, what do? We can see that price is retracing back up. Let's zoom out to see the clear picture. Zooming out to seeing the clear picture, we can see that price retraced back. around the closing price, just what you want to see while we are entering the New York session. So what's the game plan? The game plan is simple. We are looking for price to be ready to give us signals that is ready to continue in direction that London was, that is a sell. Zooming in, we can see that price has been pumping up, pumping up, pumping up all the way close to the closing price. Once we are there, price has broken this bullish structure that it was making. And after the breakout, we are looking for retraced while it still respects structure. And that's where we get our entry. Take a simple entry from there, and the minimum place is the low that London had made. On to the next day, we can see clearly Asia is consolidating. And this makes us happy. And at the end, towards the end of Asia, we can see that price dropped significantly. Zooming in, we see price was trying to make higher highs, which failed. And as London opened, we dropped all the way, taking the low that was initially holding. So seeing this, we know that price consolidates, drops, and it has pulled back towards the inside. And this pullback towards the inside, we want to see, will it hit a significant area to give us an entry strategy? Yeah, it again does what the day before that did. Price pulled back all the way to the closing price. At the closing price, we get a wonderful M, and once it retests, we take an entry at the engulfing candle, and we know the minimum targeting area is the low that London had made, and price does the same. This system, I can't tell you it's 100%, but it's a way to read the story that the market tells, and there's nothing better edgewise than that, knowing what the market is saying and putting yourself in line with that direction. This indeed is like catching a glitch in the matrix. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Are you seeing it? This was today, the 6th of February. Are you seeing what trade you'll have taken? No? Well, let's dive in. Simple. Price during Asia coiled. Then it began an explosion, to which in London session we explode towards the downside. We break these significant levels, and once you see this, it has not confirmed since you're waiting for one more thing. Price pulls back to the significant area. What level does it look at? The closing price. Once you did this, what do you want? Now you want to see a signal for reversing. Yeah, gold is seriously bullish, but does that stop the system from working? Well, you be the judge for that. The main advantage of this setup is simplicity. It takes away the pressure from you. What do you see? I see consolidation in Asia. Then I also see an explosion of levels in London. Very nice. Is that all? No. Price pulls back to what level? To the closing price. Once I see all these three marked, what do I want? I want a respect. I want a change of structure. Since price was pulling back, now I want a change of structure for us to drop. What is the minimum target area? The minimum target area will always be the closing price. If you enjoyed today's lessons, no wahala, I'll be doing this more often. I'll be sharing with you how to see the story that the market says. I hate to make this feel like a class, but I have this simple assignment for you. Go study the 3rd of January, and we also didn't do the 31st of December. Try to see, will you see this in real life? It is nice. Hope to see you again. Any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comment section. Adios. It's Aluta Trades.